All right, Shalom, I came out there. First and foremost, before I start, want to give all praises to Yahawah, baha, Yahawashi. Yahawah, that's the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahawashi, that's the name of his beloved Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, who we trust in, who we believe to save us from the time to come, especially concerning this RFID chip, the radio frequency identification tag. Um, Double unto the apostles, a great millstone, the one that's taught us about this information, and peace and mercy to elect the brethren out there that's fighting against this information and sticking to the faith of the Heavenly Father and His Son, man. The chip just been hot, man. I believe 2019 gonna be a very hot year for the chip. Just going off all the information that been coming out most recently. Like the brother over there in New York went into the RFID chip. The students that was doing the exam for the end of the year, one of the questions was that if the president came to you and said, how could you convince the people to take the RFID chip? How would you convince the people? What would you say? Things like that. And they had to write an essay on that. All right. And then you just most recently had 50,000 RFID chips being ordered by, I believe it was FEMA, And so the RFID chip, this is one of the final stages, the final prophecies before this system that we run in the United States government, which is under the NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization system. All right, which is in the scriptures is known as the beast, NATO and the EU. That's the beast that's spoken in Revelation. The RFID chip is one of the final things that has to come to pass, which the Heavenly Father said He will make this happen. And matter of fact, let's just grab it. This Revelation chapter 13 verse. Let's start at 14. It says, and this. I'm sorry. 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. Now, the image of the beast is the new way of living that the so-called white man would introduce to the whole entire world. That's the image of the beast. All right? Which is going to be the new currency for it will be the RFID chip. There will be no more paper or cash money. No, there won't be that no more. It will all be digital, and it will all be under NFC. All right, or it will be all your information will be right on that RFID tag, man. And then it said, if you don't take that chip, you should be killed. All right. If you do not, we all know, according to how this system ran by the so-called white men, all right, the elites of the society, they're white men, so-called white men, right? They're Edomites according to the Bible. If you do not take it, we know that they want to cut you off, they want to kill you. And that's according to the prophecy. It says, and he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark and the name of the beast and the number of his name. See, no man's going to be able to buy or sell. That was a prophecy that was written, and it actually lines up with how these elites, if you do not take the chip, you could check out the video with Aaron Russo. He said, if somebody don't want to cooperate, we'll just cut your chip off, or basically cut you off, put you to death. And then do further research. It got a little dose of cyanide in the RFID chip, which is highly toxic to the body. You take a little drop of cyanide, you'll put yourself to death. And it says to receive a mark in the right hand and the forehead. And that mark, when you go into it, that's the RFID chip. All right, that's it. Okay, so this is it right here. And this thing is booming at an all-time high right now, man. And those who believe in the Heavenly Father and His Son, when you jump to Revelations, the 3rd chapter, it tell you to not take the chip, man. All right. Oh, or matter of fact, the second chapter and the third, don't take the chip. If you take the chip, you will be destroyed. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. Revelations the 14th chapter, 9 and 10. Don't take it. All right. So I have right here. Are you ready for for a chip implant by Fox News, published 5 days ago? See, Fox News is, we all know that Fox News is a fluffy news station. Like they're not reporting on what's important. They giving you that bull crap. But when it comes to things like the RFID chip, things that the so-called elites of the society really care about, they gonna put it on Fox News. It says, you walk into a grocery store and pick up eggs. No smartphone, no problem. You swipe your hand across a reader and the amount is deducted from your bank account. You swipe your hand across the reader. Remember, it tells you it tells you up in this that to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, you swipe your hand across the reader and take it straight out your bank account. Your bank account will be tied to it. Your medical, anything you have ever did that be documented will be tied to this RFID chip. And they would use it against you for, well, doesn't it make life easier? Okay, say for instance, if you feel like it does make life easier, it still doesn't change the fact that that RFID chip is controlling you. And that's what it boils down to. When you take the RFID chip, you basically giving a pledge to the elites of this society that you rather worship them and be under them than to be under the Heavenly Father and the Son. All right? And that's why the Heavenly Father is going to destroy anybody who takes this, because basically you shunning the Lord for his creation. You serving the creature more than the creation. All right? I mean, you serving the you serving the creature more than the creator. The creature means a creation. You're serving the creature, the creation, more than the actual creator. This is Revelation 14 and 9. It says, and the third angel followed, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, you want to get down with this new world order, this new way of living that Esau got planned out. It says, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture into a cup of indignation. You take that chip, you threw out here. Scriptures tell you that it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power too. All right, so, and it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. You're going to receive that final judgment is when the system be destroyed by the Heavenly Father through nuclear missiles, man. All right? Now, that's a little deeper, but you check out brothers' videos, you will find out that the end conclusion of America is that the Most High is the Heavenly Father is going to allow World War III to happen, and at the end of World War III, there's going to be a nuclear holocaust. And everybody who ain't right going to die in that fire. If you got the RFID chip, you're going to die in that fire. It says back in the article, if that sounds far-fetched, you obviously haven't been in Sweden recently, which we know about Sweden. They're basically becoming the number one, if not the number one place in the world where RFID technology is being used, man. And thousands of people are taking the chip every day. That's like the test run city. It says where thousands of people have reportedly have chips implants in their body. See? You could go on, you could type in articles. There's all type of people speaking on how Sweden, most recently, days and months, within a month, this month, thousands of people have taken this, man. All right. It says a company called Biohacks has already installed around 4,000 chips into customers inserted just below the thumb. They can use the implant to open, when it says just below the thumb, they're talking about right here. Just below the thumb, right there. All right. And scientists has found out right there below the thumb, that's a high potency of the body's energy, so that that chip could stay activated at all times. All right. It says around 4,000 chips and customer inserted just below the thumb. They can use the implant to open secure doors, pay the tickets, and share emergency information with medical personnel. The chip is about the size of a Tylenol pill, and the procedure, which costs $180, is similar to getting a tetanus shot. You know? So this thing is happening, man. This is reported on Fox News. It says the chip implant is a secure way of ensuring a person's digital identity is linked to their physical identity. So they're basically going to make, instead of having that straw man as far as your social security number is concerned, like Trump just said, that social security number is getting old. It already served its purpose. Now that straw man is going to turn to a digital man. And it's going to be linked under the RFID chip. It said your digital identity is linked with your physical identity. So that digital identity will be your new straw man. It said it enables access management in a way that protects individual self-sovereignty and allows users to control the privacy of their online activities. See, Esau's going to use it as if it's something good. You could protect your self-sovereignty. But the person who is in control of the system is in control of you. All right? You sign up to the system. Somebody created the system. See? You know? So this thing is happening. It's here. We're just waiting for it to become mandatory, because that let us know that when it becomes mandatory, we know that it's here. We're finna be delivered out of here, because the heavenly, like we was reading in Revelations 14, the Most High is not finna allow this to happen. He's gonna destroy that. All right. So let's check this little clip I found out where the dude was speaking on it.
The tiny chips are merely injected into the hand and are so popular that throughout Sweden, people even have implant parties to celebrate people willing to face the needle and join the cyberpunk revolution.
He said over there in Sweden, when a person gets chips, they have parties, man. They don't even know, you know.
But there are understandably various objections to these technologies.
The scriptures tell you in Ecclesiastes 7 that the fool's heart is in the house of mirth. You're a fool, you to be happy about the Heavenly Father finna to destroy you.
First, understandably various objections to these technologies. For a start, it's quite invasive for a corporation to be able to inject something into you. And along with that, the NFC technology is more vulnerable to hackers than other forms of security, like simple biometric locks. A microchip can't have biometrics, and it would be alarmingly easy for hackers to steal the keychain data. The chip.
So the dude was explaining that you could get hacked. You can get hacked. This is crazy. All right. That's why I strongly believe that the final RFID chip, that mandatory one that's to come, that's going to be the one that's perfected. All right. All this little crappiness that they got out, right now, all people hacking themselves, that's not that final chip. That final chip is going to be that one there's no flaws to it. And I believe that because the Heavenly Father is going to be the one that put the spirit on this devil white man to create this final chip that's everybody going to have to take.
Also track what time people get to work and what they buy, and there's no way to stop this because it's an entirely passive process. This data then becomes the property of large companies, and as of right now, the technology is so new, nobody really knows what might happen to this information.
You heard him say, he said this data becomes the property of large companies. So you signing up, you get an RFID chip, you're like putting yourself under somebody. It ain't like you got the RFID chip and you're in control of all things. No, your data, somebody's collecting it. You letting somebody be your God.
Could become a way for us to so new, nobody really knows what might happen to this information. It could become a way for us to closely monitor our own health and well-being, or it could be a way for the corporate oligarchy to control us all from the shadows.
And that's right there. He said that RFID chip could be a way for us to monitor ourselves, or it could be a way for these corporations to, let's see what he say.
Closely monitor our own health and well-being, or it could be a way for the corporate oligarchy to control us all from the shadows.
See? To control us all from the shadows. You know? So this RFID chip, this RFID chip is the so-called white man trying to play the Heavenly Father. Okay? And the Apostle Paul told us about this dude, man. It's 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, the so-called white man in his ways, what he finna try to do, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. First, the Lord is going to tell you about him. And how he's going to tell you? Through the prophets of the Heavenly Father. The men you see out there on the streets. We may look like we belong in the hood, and we may look like we fucking meant to go sell some drugs and shoot somebody, but nope. You'll be surprised that the Heavenly Father is dealing with us. Negro, Latino, Native American men that's out there on the streets preaching the truth for the scriptures, man. You'll be fucking surprised. The Lord's consuming them with the spirit of his mouth. We telling y'all about what this dude is finna come do, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And then after he be verbally revealed, then he gonna be physically destroyed when the Heavenly Father's Son gets sent back. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, man, with all power and signs of lying wonders. That's how he's gonna come. Lie to you about that RFID chip and what it could do for you. Lying wonders. Oh, people gonna be like, oh, I don't gotta open up my car door no more. And man, what the hell, man? Take 2 more seconds and open up your house lock with your key, man. It ain't gonna kill you, man. I read, instead of letting this dude just be a god over you, man. And tell you too, let's go up a little bit, man. Verse 4, it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. That's how this dude is playing. Or that is worshipped. So that he, as God, as making it to where it's a comparison. He's not the Most High. He's comparing himself to the Most High. So that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High, or God, man. See? This dude is crazy. He gonna do it through the act of this chip right here. He gonna control you people, man. He's looking forward to it. All right. So, man, I've pretty much just, given my further warning on further warning, just continually to push that vibration out there of the RFID chip. Do not take the RFID chip. All right. If you do, you will be destroyed. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna close out. Say, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Shalom, Akim, Step, Shalom.